heard this quote the other day. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. There's always been something about being in front of the camera that just makes me uncomfortable. It's something born of insecurities, of fear. These days, technology just really lets us hide all the things that we don't want to share. We only post our highlights. We use editing to just hide all the things we're insecure about. Everything has to be perfect because everything you share is how the world sees and judges you. It's enough to make anyone afraid to share anything real, but it shouldn't decide who we are. I know I'm always going to have the fear of sharing myself, and even my work at times. I don't always like the way I talk on camera, the way I look, or the photos I take. There's this constant doubt in the back of my head. It's just issuing judgment on every little detail. But there's another fear that's bigger than that one. That if I don't tell my story, then I'm going to die without a voice. So here's to the fear of leaving stories untold. Here's to telling our truths. Alright, so that was a little sequence that I kind of put together based on some thoughts that I had the other night. Obviously, with everything going on in the world right now, it's kind of hard to get out and go shoot, which kind of means that it's been very difficult to kind of stay motivated creatively. So usually whenever I have an idea, I'll write it down in like my notebook, and then I'll kind of plan out the shot types and all that from there. But most of the ideas that I have written down right now are all like outdoors, like travel video kind of stuff, and it's kind of impossible to do that, like I said. So when I did have an idea for a video that I could literally film in my room, I knew I had to jump on it for a couple of reasons. First reason was, like I said, it's been very difficult to kind of stay motivated creatively, so knowing that I could film this video in my room, get it done, and put it out, I knew that was going to help me kind of build momentum towards my next project and my next project, which I think is really important. And then the second reason was that I felt like my room was the perfect setting for this topic of like the fear of sharing yourself. So once I had it all kind of set up, it only took me about like an hour to film it, and then like 2.5, 3 hours to edited it. So like I said before, I've never really felt super comfortable in front of the camera. Like, I'm not the most open or extroverted of people, but there's definitely people out there who can like flip it on and off like a switch. Like, you know, the second they need to, they're like super YouTube personality, extroverted, and like honestly I'm pretty jealous of those kinds of people. But like I said, I've never really felt like I could be that kind of personality or that kind of person. Like, for me, honestly, it took me about 8 years of having an Instagram account before I posted a photo of myself with my face in it and kept it up there. So shout out Kevin Salinas for that one banger. But then on the flip side, I still haven't posted another photo of myself on my Instagram since then. Obviously, the next logical step was just to make a YouTube channel where I have to talk in front of the camera, and yeah, it's so much worse, oh my god. But I was texting one of my friends the other day, and they were telling me like, oh dude, your first video was so sick, like I kind of want to get back like into vlogging and all that, and like talking in front of the camera, but like I don't really feel super comfortable, and like I need to get back into it kind of thing. And when that person told me that, like I was kind of surprised, because it's just like, one, this person didn't seem like the kind of person that would like kind of have that struggle with that, but two, it really did kind of show me that like I'm obviously not the only person that like feels kind of insecure in front of the camera. So that conversation led me down this train of thought of like, why am I doing a YouTube channel? You know, like I'm not obviously famous, and like I'm not really doing this in hopes that I get famous, but I'm doing it because one, it's a good creative outlet, and then two is because of that quote that I had at the beginning of my video: there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. And that quote had a really big impact on me, just because like I felt like it was kind of like talking directly to me, you know, like there's a lot of stories that I have, and there's a lot of things like in the way that I see the world that obviously it's like, this is the way that I see it, and it's different from the way anyone else sees it, so might as well go out there and like try to share that with someone. So I think kind of like the main thought that I want to leave with this video is like, never let the fear of sharing your work or sharing yourself outweigh the fear of like not having a voice and not telling your story. Because like I said, everyone out there is like has their own unique story and unique experiences, and like you kind of just owe it to yourself to go out there and at least like share it in whatever way you can. So that's it for this video. Kind of barely met that mark of like 2 videos a week, so hopefully we'll see you again next week with another 2 videos. But other than that, laters.